And for a race for 8, stop number 1, season number 7, Dave Vincent alongside David Fink here.
What's up?
As Sean Lenning and Killian Carroll are now squaring off in the semifinals. Our referee is Daniel Cordova.
A lot of buzz, Dave, for this second semifinal matchup. Sean Lenning seems to be in the form that we saw him in 2015, early 2016, when he won the Players' Championship and was on that great roll. And you remember the first time these guys played, Dave, in 2015, Sean Lenning defeated Killian Carroll in a tiebreaker at the U.S. Open. And he did it by doing what he did to Luis Cordova earlier today. Great serves and those amazing kill shots from everywhere. And if you're going to beat Killian Carroll, I think that's how you have to do it.
I believe you're right. He looks really good, at least up to this point.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
here's
this
that
is the
announcement.
Second semifinal match of the day. Serving first from Seattle, Washington, Sean Lenning.
Love that camera angle right there.
Returning serve from Ireland, currently in Boston, Killian Carroll. Our line judges are Cooney and Vic Perez. 0-0. Short. Second serve. Point.
Sean pinches the corner.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Killy dives in,
1-0.
but comes up short. The winner will face Mondo Ortiz.
And
if he's not kicked out of the tournament before that time happens.
And you say that jokingly, but I'm not so sure
Right
it is that much
sort
of a
of
joke.
joking.
Well, jokes are all truth anyway. That's why I don't even bother
0 serves
joking
1.
anymore.
You don't like telling the truth?
Well, I tell it straightforward, not in a passive-aggressive joke way.
Point.
I don't think joke telling is
I
passive
do.
aggressive.
I'm over
I think
it.
it's funny.
1 serves 1. Point.
That's a nice serve right there.
I called it good. He appeals. Both agree. 2 serves 1.
Killian Carroll does what he does at all these stops. He becomes center of attention in between quarterfinals and semis. You saw him holding group
Short.
sessions over
I
here.
did see that.
Some of these older handball players all picking his ear.
1 serves 2.
Everything he said was the funniest thing ever.
He was the Pied Piper. I've never seen someone get so many laughs. You must have been so envious, Dave.
Point.
No, I loved it.
I know how many laughs you set for yourself, the goal. And he exceeded that in 30 seconds.
He's got me covered on that. But I don't tell jokes. I just tell it straightforward.
Well,
he wasn't telling jokes either, but they thought he
2
was.
serves 2.
2 serving 2. A couple of errors here for both guys.
Side out.
Killian dives and stays down. Most guys, Dave, will dive and get
2
up
serves
there.
2. Short.
But Killian wanted to make sure that Sean had plenty of room
Second serve.
to hit that next shot.
Point. Three serves 2. Replay. Three serves 2. Thank you. Point.
A serve from Sean.
4 serves 2.
4 serving 2 now.
Short.
Not seeing a lot of side outs here.
Not really.
Second serve.
It's actually fairly quick pace. Best 2 out of 3 to 15, Dave.
And that ball took a weird bounce off the front wall.
Kind of hugged in on Killy. Sean slow getting up there.
Side out.
Sean came into this tournament with what I thought was like bronchitis or some type of lung infection, and he didn't look good.
2 serves 4.
And it, almost in just 24 hours, it's just a whole different Sean Lenning.
Yeah.
Point.
Not a good air there from Sean. That was below average serve
3
from
serves
Killian,
4.
and Sean puts it in the ground.
Now the score is 3-4. Good ceiling shot there from Sean.
Point.
I like how Killian goes opposite side there. When I say opposite,
4 serves 4.
I would guess that 90% or more people hit that ball to the left. Killy picks it up really quickly and goes to the right.
Is this an approved nickname, or is this something that you're trying out?
Just now I hit my stopwatch. Took you 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
5 serves 4.
At first I thought you misspoke,
Nope.
and then I got annoyed, and then I had to bring it up.
Side
Just
out.
going off of his Twitter handle.
Well, now I know that you're not telling the truth.
4 serves 5. Short.
His Instagram username.
I did see Killian doing some rings at Venice Beach. I mean, that was some amazing body strength as he lifted himself up on those rings. Dave, he looked like he could have been in the Olympics.
That's how he does it.
Those moves. Haven't been right once today, and that
4
continues.
serves 5.
I was right about the Olympic rings, though.
All 394 of his followers also knew that. I mean, 393.
4 5.
I mean, 92.
Short. Second serve.
Oh, wow. Great shot there from Sean Lenning. He was flirting with that corner a couple shots in a row. Killy dug them both out, and then
5
he
serves
decided
5.
to put it down.
Referee lets him play through.
Side out.
I'm sure Killian appreciated that. Big setup.
I want to know what Mondo thought
5
of
serves
that.
5.
Ugh.
Together at 5 here.
Point.
That serve is deadly.
6 serves 5. Short. Second serve. Side out.
And that's Killian's second double fault in this first game.
5 serves 6. Point. No, side out.
Sean overhitting that.
6 serves 5.
Last shot attempt. Killian flat
Short.
roll.
Second serve. Point.
And you can't like
7
that, Dave,
serves
if you're
5.
in the Sean Lenning camp. Sean missing a lob serve,
Short ball.
hits it in the ground. Now remember, you only need 15 points to win a game,
Second serve.
and now you've just given a gift. Really, you only need 14 to win if you're going to make mistakes like that.
Oh, wow.
Side out.
Sean looked like he fought that off and still hit a kill shot.
5 serves 7.
Look at that ball jump up, Dave,
Right.
off that front wall. And
Short.
that ball coming off the back wall also jumps up. And just probably a strange camera angle.
Second serve. Side out.
Sean hits that ball in the ground, then reaches over toward his elbow.
7-5. 7 serves 5.
Sean's dangerous from that spot in
Side
the
out.
court, but then most players are.
Yeah.
5 serves 7.
The challenge is getting the ball in that spot in the court.
Short.
You have to hit a good shot to get it there.
Second serve.
Sean's dangerous also on these second serves. Big,
Not
huge
that one.
setup.
Side out.
I like the use of that right corner.
But it's really an automatic shot for Killian
7
because he
serves
lets
5.
the ball drop so low that he's really just swinging parallel
Short.
with the floor. Not much can go wrong there.
Second serve.
Our referee against you today had great use of that right corner. Killian, there he is, trotting back to his area to return the
5 serves
serve.
7.
Always seems to be bouncing around.
Wow.
That was like a mouse coming out there.
And
Killian even clapped.
Right.
6 serves 7.
And Sean's just doing this all from a
Short.
stand-up approach, Dave. Short
That
ball.
is his approach. You couldn't find two more
Second serve.
contrasting
Oh.
techniques.
I called it short. He appeals. Both agree.
Sean Lenning, about
Second serve.
6'2", and it seems like he
Taller than
stands
that.
at 6'2" when he's hitting. Killian Carroll about 5'8", and he's down
Point.
about as low as he can possibly
7
get to
serves
hit
7.
kill shots.
But he has such a quick snap when he hits the ball. It's very deceiving, almost as if he is using an Irish whip,
Ball's broken.
even though it's not an Irish whip. But you saw on that last play in that left corner kill, not that last play there, but when he got that serve, the return, and he just did a real quick snap into the left corner, Killian hung back because he was expecting Sean to do something different with that ball, and he just did a real quick poke as the ball came up. Now, I know that we all know that that's how Sean
7-7.
plays, so we should anticipate anything, but you can't cover all the court and have anticipation. It's very hard to anticipate when you play Sean. It's just difficult to
7
do.
serves 7.
Little screen. Oh, I thought Sean was going to get that.
Side out.
That little left poke.
Seven serves 7.
Looks to the right, goes to the left.
Point.
Killian is so dangerous with any ball that
8
touches
serve
the back
7.
wall.
Good serve there.
Point.
Nice wide kill, too. Thought we'd see a timeout from Sean there on that one, but
9 serves 7.
Best rally of the match.
oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
Unbelievable shot right there from Sean. He dove before the ball even came to watch this, Dave. He knows that Killian's going to hit it, so he just dives. Watch. Boom. That's amazing.
It really was.
And the ball just bounces
Timeout.
over his back.
Score
And the timeout
7
being
serving
called
9.
here at 7-9. And they're going to put their hands together here for Sean Lenning, I believe, as he comes out of the court. And they don't. And this is a pretty big crowd. I thought they would. They put their hands together for the previous shot. That was absolutely remarkable.
That was the best rally of the match. And I think possibly a turning point, Dave, for Sean Lenning, who's going to call a timeout. I think that's a smart timeout. Catch his breath. These players don't necessarily get tired, Dave, but it is hard to get your heart rate down after playing such a hard point, and that can cost you 2 or 3 rallies. So Sean Lenning takes a timeout.
I just thought that when he stepped off the court there that the crowd would go a little bit more crazy. That was a pretty good play. I don't know if we can still do a replay after the fact like this.
15 seconds.
But we will play it for you one more time.
But Killian had no chance at that ball.
Here it is, Dave. Look at this. Well, I think he had a chance for it.
That's what I thought, and he didn't argue for it. And it looked like he could have just.
Sean.
He just started clapping his hands, but I think it's further than you think away from him. Thanks for the
Time
replay
in.
there, Chris. That was a tremendous play from Sean Lenning, who said to himself, if he hits it to the right, I can't do anything. But if he goes to the left, I can use my feet and just jump. That's all I can do. And he did it. Now, I agree that I thought maybe Killian could do more, but he put his hands together immediately and just congratulated Sean on the get.
Short.
I
Second
think
serve.
sometimes we become spectators in the court.
Point.
And Sean
8
uses
serving
that
9.
great diving re-kill, comes in, gets a quick point.
I thought it was a smart timeout, too.
Side out.
Oh, and Killian's turn now to dive, and I think he backhand fists that, and Sean just misplays it.
There might have been a little spin on
9
that backhand
serving 8.
fist. Sean, if he missed it, it was only by just a fraction. This is where Killian can punish you.
Point.
Sean just misses again, just barely misses that corner.
That's a very tough shot.
10 serving 8.
10-8, game 1, going to 15. Win by 2.
Side out.
That time Killian does go with an Irish whip from about 36
8
feet
serves 10.
and dips it into the floor. Sean
Short.
Lenning now at 8-10. Will be hitting a second serve here.
Second
Neither
serve.
player has had a lead of more than 3 points in this first game. You get the sense that Sean Lenning needs to score at least 1 in this inning.
Wow.
We'll replay that.
Oof, tough.
Yeah, he had his hand right there.
That's tough.
8 serves 10. Short.
I had a huge reverse
Second
onto
serve.
it. He's going to go for it again here. Leaves it up. Terrible serve there on second serve for Sean Lenning.
Side out.
Normally he goes into the left side wall in his second serve. That time he leaves it hanging on the right wall. About the worst serve you could hit.
Well, he
10
just
serves
fooled
8.
Killian with that reverse, and I think he was going to go and try to hit a natural over there. Hit
Replay.
the side wall first. I don't know if that would have made it, but referee's going to call it a replay anyway.
Ten serves 8. Short. Second serve.
Oh, wow.
Side out.
Creative.
8 serves 10. Point.
And Dave, you remember these two playing a great match at the Players' Championship
9 serves 10.
semifinals. Or excuse me, finals. 2016 in Portland.
Side out.
Sean just misses that again. Like he put himself
10
into the
serves
right
9.
position, had enough time, but just hit it in the ground.
Point.
Good serve there from Killian. Make you feel better?
11 serves 9.
I called him Killian.
Point.
Did that just for you, and that ball looked like
I
it
called
slid.
it good.
2 great serves
One
in a
couldn't
row.
see, one agrees.
Down the right,
Point. 12 serves 9.
Killian earns 2 points without even having to hit a second shot.
Point.
And now 3 points.
Make it 4 on that side out if you want to.
13 serves 9.
Now just 2 points from the game.
That broke,
Side out.
I thought.
Nope. Sean cranks up his left hand from 38 feet, just out
9
of
serves
Killian's
13.
reach. Sean's got to make it happen here.
Killian got held
Contact.
up, a little bit of contact, and the call was made.
Was there contact there? Okay. What did you see the serve?
What? It should just be replayed.
I don't
good.
think so.
He agrees.
I think Killian was hanging on
But
his back foot.
I think there was contact, so I think I'm going to replay that one. To where? To that shot?
I think this should be Sean's
I think
point.
he still had a small chance.
I think it just should be replayed. There was contact
9
there.
serves 13.
And that's what they're doing. That's another one of those plays where Killian's held up just a little bit because he has to go around Sean.
Right.
No call from the referee, but the previous one, I think the ref was saying was there contact. Because
10 serves
sometimes as a
13.
ref you think there is, but you can't tell. But you want to make the right play, and that's another nice
Point.
serve, and Sean scores another quick one.
11 serves 13.
I don't know how Killian gets that back.
Oh my gosh.
Nice shot right there from Sean Lenning. Hits the front wall,
12
clips
serves
the right side
13.
wall. 12 to 13
Short.
is the score, and that ball's called short. Let's see what Sean does here on the second serve. Does he go for
Second
the
serve.
crack, or does he try to play a little bit more safe? Because his second serves have not been good here.
No, that's a terrible one.
Replay.
And
That's another
Killian had
one.
a great look at putting that serve away, and he doesn't. Sean back in with a first serve now, 12-13.
Sean got lucky there.
Yeah.
12 serves 13.
But his second serves have been horrible. That's not Sean. His second serve's always spot on.
Point.
And that's
Killian
not a Killian
misses.
type of shot right there. He forces that one. I think he felt the pressure of the
13
scoreboard
serves
right there.
13.
Now all of a sudden, 4 points in a row for Sean Lenning, 13 all. What a
Side out.
shot there from Killian. Really put that in the only spot down the left where Sean couldn't have gotten to it.
13 serves 13.
Tense moments here, Dave.
If you just tuned in, we're going to 15. And there's a crack serve.
So many aces between
Thank you.
these two guys, Dave, in this first game. Now it's game point
Match
for
point
Killian
serves
Carroll.
13.
Must win by
another
2.
good serve.
Side out.
And Killian dips that one in for a chance
13
to win the
serves
first
14.
game. Now Sean Lenning's going to have to score at least 3 points to win this game.
Ah, that was a slide. I saw a slide.
The referee sounded like he was
saw a
disappointed
slide.
by it. Sean Lenning will have another opportunity there. You have to feel good if you're Sean
13
Lenning and
serves
you've got a first
14.
serve.
He's been serving
Short
pretty
ball.
hot on that first serve. The second one, not so much, and you
Second
lose
serve.
a little bit of confidence. Let's see if he goes for it. He doesn't, but it's a
Not
pretty
quite
good.
deep enough, but he gets the setup.
Sean took away Killian's right corner.
Big setup here. And
Side out.
Killian plays it safe that time and blows it past Sean.
Match point serves 13.
I'm not sure why the referee keeps saying match
Game
point.
point, sorry.
Boy,
Game point serves
And that's
13.
a drop of water right there, if I've ever seen one, Dave.
I don't know about that. Not with Killian. And there it is.
First game.
Killian takes this first game 15 to 13, and an exciting one it was. Watch the replay here, Dave.
Yeah, Killian closed that game out with a couple of really great shots. He earned the side out with that kill down the left. That was a big shot there. And Dave, that game was a quick one. 15 to 13,
Quick,
but
it felt very tense and fast, right to the point.
But Dave, that game was just 16 minutes for 15 to 13. We
It's-
saw games earlier today, 15 to 13, that took 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, this was. There were some side outs too. That's the strange thing. But the pace is rather quick. There's not a lot of jarring with the ref, getting towels. It seems like a serve and shoot type style in there.
The average length of rally, Dave, 3.2 shots in that first game. We saw a lot of aces. We saw Sean Lenning with 5 aces, Killian Carroll with 6. That accounts for a lot of those short rallies right
True.
there. And we also saw a lot of first strike kills.
We
And
saw
I
a
think-
lot of the rallies end with kill shots.
But Dave, we talked a little bit before this match. This is the kind of style Sean has to play against Killian. He doesn't want to engage in these long rallies with Killian. He's going to have to take his chances, which he did. And, you know, you have to live with the results. Sean missed a couple there at the end, some that you thought he had lined up perfectly with his left where he was trying to go into the right corner. But
I'd say 4 or 5 that I would circle and say Sean missed opportunities when he was planted, not shots that he was on the run, but the ones that he planted his feet and set up for.
But you have to know if you're a gambler that you're going to make some and miss some, and Sean did make some. He made a lot of good shots. Now, Killian also made some errors, but Sean looks really relaxed right now. I mean, he's chatting here courtside as he changes his gloves, and it looks like he just got back from a walk through the woods. I mean, he just looks casual and definitely does not look upset. You know, Sean Lenning has been doing a lot of meditating, visiting Buddhist temples, and kind of getting his mind cleansed. And maybe that's what you're seeing here right now as he's sitting there with a very peaceful, calm disposition. It's not easy to do after just dropping a game 15-13. He was down 13-9, tied it at 13, and at that point, really anybody's game. But isn't it something, Dave, how Sean had 6 aces in that first game, but when he really needed one there at 13 all, just couldn't really locate it.
Yeah, and it also felt like there was a little mental block with his second serves, and it started much earlier than I brought it up. I saw it very early on when he hit the front wall to the left side wall, and the ball came off the back wall, and it seemed like a setup to Killian early in the match, and I thought that's just an unconventional, almost confidence thing, because that's not something Sean's normally known for. Then it came out again. He had second serve opportunities, and the reason why I would even put an emphasis on it is because Sean goes for cracked serves on those. So to see him not do that means that he might be a little tense there. But the very next play, he hits a flat rollout and gets a side out and gets back in there again. So then you say, well, maybe he's not tense. Maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable. This front wall here is not spot on perfect. You can hit a shot that you think is good and it pops up. So perhaps he doesn't want to take a chance. And if that's the case, I wouldn't blame him. But nonetheless, game number 2 is coming up, and we'll see if Sean can make some adjustments.
Well, he doesn't have to adjust much. I mean, he was there to win that first game. A couple of shots here, there.
I thought he looked good, actually.
And he wins that first game.
Cooney's right here.
So I think Sean has got the right game plan. It just comes down to who can execute it best.
All right.
At the end of the game. Killian just has so much confidence, Dave, because it's been so long since he lost a match. You have to go all the way back to March to find the last time he lost a match. He's won a lot of titles since then.
All right, let's start.
And
Second
before
game.
then.
Killian serves first. 0 serving 0.
That's a long time to go.
Well, Killian's only lost 1 match in the last 12 months.
That's a good way to start right there if you're in Lenning's camp.
0 serving 0.
What was that match? I remember it, but
Paul Brady in New York.
That's right.
Defeats.
And Killian looked totally disengaged there.
Right. For some reason.
Yeah, it was not right.
Replay.
That was an injured Paul Brady, and it
something
seemed like
about
a
that
strange,
match wasn't right.
Something doesn't settle with me right on watching that. Yeah, I watched back at it, and it still
0-0.
seems worse.
Side out.
12 months ago at the U.S. Open, Mondo Ortiz defeated Killian Carroll in the semifinals. So since
0-0.
then, 1 loss for Killian Carroll and a lot of titles.
Well, I believe that Killian Carroll, unlike Paul Brady, you will see Killian drop some matches. Paul literally only had maybe 2 or 3 in 10 years.
Right.
I believe you're going to see much more than that from Killian, but what you will see is big game championship wins from Killian.
Point.
And you're going to see him
1-0.
in numbers. I do believe he's the type that's going to win a lot of titles.
Side out.
Sean just barely misses getting that ball to the front wall.
Need a towel?
I want to thank our referee for calling that. What's going on here? Did Sean do something with his hand? Now what's going on here with
Well,
Sean's
Sean
hand?
dove there and might have landed awkwardly on his hand. We've already seen one severe hand injury here today with one of our players. Somehow, Dave, Emmett swings with his left up against the right side wall, and his follow-through carries his left hand into the right wall, and he either dislocates or breaks his thumb. So that's a freak injury. And now Sean, you know, he landed, I think, Dave, on that bone that runs down where your pinky is, and you know that bone, and sometimes you can just kind of jar that.
Now he's pulling his finger here.
That's never a good sign.
No.
And Dave, the way that these guys fly around the court and dive, it's amazing there aren't injuries every match. And yet rarely do we ever see them. In fact, outside of Emmett Bichotte, I don't think ever seeing someone dive do we see an injury.
0 serving 1.
Yet in baseball, Dave, these guys run to first base and tear their hamstring.
1 serves 1.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that has a lot to do with, and this is off the subject, but in baseball, you're just static for 99% of the time. Then all of a sudden, you have to run as fast as you can after you've been standing around.
Right.
And you're not warmed up. I mean, you warmed up before the game, but then you're cooled down.
You're also taking these very long lunges because you're running through a field, and a lot of times you're in a controlled setting when you're practicing. You're running. You're just doing a controlled thing, but you don't take these long lunges. You're trying to catch a ball. You're extending your arm out while your legs are wide open. It's a lot of strange things can happen to your body. And then you see a player, sometimes they'll get up in football, for example, they'll sack the quarterback, get up and then tear their ACL.
Right.
And it's unrelated to the play, but
you see these crazy non-contact injuries in football when, you know, there's 10 guys on top of each other, nothing, and then next play, someone drops back in coverage and
2 serves
ruptures
1.
their Achilles.
score here is 2-1.
Now, Killian is not going after that injured right hand of Sean Lenning, and that's kind of the Killian thing to do.
Side out.
But that time, Sean takes it with his right, and you could see there was a lot less velocity on that right-hand shot, even though he wins the rally with
Well, it looked like he cupped it, highlight it up there, but he hit it in a good spot.
But he did hit that serve really well, Sean Lenning, with his right hand. And also hits that very well.
That had power, and that skipped in.
Now you're in a weird spot if you're Killian because, you know, is his hand hurt or not? I think you just have to assume it's not.
Well, if he's going to hit the ball 90 miles an hour like that last one.
What happens when you injure one of your fingers is you might still be able to hit the ball hard, but you lose a little bit of
2
control.
serves 2.
We're together at 2 here. Sean looks like he's remotivated.
Nice shot from Killian.
Side out.
Killian, right corner, kills that.
I'm sorry? No, it's 2-2.
That's the right score. Killian, I think, was questioning the score, or was
2 serves 2.
Sean questioning?
Killian was talking there.
Yeah, I think he thought the score was higher than that.
Second serve. Side out. Two serves 2.
All together at 2.
Side out.
Sean misses that shot. I don't know about you, Dave, but is it cold in this club, or?
It is, but when you're on the court, you wouldn't believe how hot it is in there. I don't see these guys sweating that much, but in previous matches, we were seeing guys change their shirts 2 or 3 times a game.
Yeah, we saw Emmett
3
come out.
serves 2.
Looked like he took a shower with his clothes on. It's humid, is that it?
Yeah, very.
I couldn't believe stepping off the plane a couple days ago just
2
how
serve
nice
3.
the weather was
Yeah,
here.
it is nice. Very pleasant.
And then this morning waking up with a little bit of drizzle as Hurricane Nate starting to make its way onto land
Side out.
and heading this direction. Want to thank Nate
3
for
serves 2.
giving me anxiety on that flight home, even though that hasn't happened yet, but will. That's a nice
Side out.
shot there from Sean Lenning, right corner kill.
2 serves 3.
Very poor serving early in this
Side out.
second game from both guys. Both guys giving up a lot of back wall setups.
3 serves 2.
And here's another one.
Point.
That one made a little bit more difficult by that reverse that Killian
4
uses.
serves 2.
And
Now
this is
Killian's going to slow down the serve. This is what I'd call a change-up. Not really a lob serve,
Thank
Dave,
you.
but more of a 3-finger change. Same arm motion, but just slower.
2 serves 4.
it's an off speed.
Short.
It's a modified Marcos.
Second serve.
Marcos hits it at 50%. Killian hits it at
Side out.
65.
Right. Sean goes for that deep crack second serve again and misses it. Just barely that time,
4
but
serves 2.
enough to give Killian that revolving door.
I like that from Sean.
Side out.
That's another great shot right there. There's nothing you can do
2
about
serves
that.
4. That's unavoidable, Sean.
Oh, wow, that's
I don't
tough.
think so. No.
It's what?
And Killian refuses to
You're
take
moving
it.
back and you're like not giving him a shot. What?
Killian's not going to take this, I don't
He
think.
didn't.
Over there? Barely.
Killian's not going to. He's
You gotta give him
refusing.
a little more room,
Yeah.
Sean.
Killian refuses the
2
avoidable
serves
call.
4.
If this was Mondo, they'd be outside in the parking lot. Killian refused to take that.
And Killian was right. It was not an avoidable.
Right, but
3 serves 4. Short.
I'm telling you, Killian is from
Second
the
serve.
Tony Healy School of Handball. Nice.
Replay. 3 serves 4. Side out.
And Sean, another serve that just checks up off that side wall. And it looked like he took a lot of pace off that one and made it even worse.
I just think he looks uncomfortable on that serve
4
where he
serves
uses
3.
multiple walls. And I think it very well could be this front wall here that's making that happen.
And Sean behind the back, flat
That is
rollout.
just nasty. Are you kidding me? And the crowd loves
3
that.
serves 4.
But Dave, he actually paused for a
Football.
moment
Yeah.
and nonchalantly did this. Like,
Second
let's
serve.
wait. There it
That's
is.
Amazing.
Great replay there from Chris Garrad. This is going to be a huge setup for Killy.
But Sean hits a great
Side out.
second serve there, and Killian wraps it around right at Sean's feet, and Sean pops it up. Killian finds the right corner.
4
That's
serves
ABC
3.
handball right there.
Short.
Always be closing.
I was using it more
Second serve.
metaphorically.
Oh, I was
4-3.
using a Glenn Ross metaphor. But we'll let you watch that on your spare time on TBS someday.
Side out. 3 serves 4.
Sean and Killian have already made highlight reel
Point.
for us. Now 4-4, and this, unlike that first game
4
where
serves
it
4.
seemed like it was going rather quickly, this one's a little
Right.
bit slower.
Wow, what a serve.
But yet sort of the same sort of feel as the
5
first
serves
game.
4.
That's a flat rollout off the side wall.
Short.
And you don't see that often.
No.
Not just a crack, but a
Second
flat
serve.
mouse. It's almost like a kill shot.
That's a good second serve there. Forces another error from Killian Carroll.
No timeout from Killy.
I don't think you'll see one.
6 serves 4.
Just over the line.
Side
Sean
out.
jumps in and tries to go for that right corner
He
kill.
appealed
He's
the
going
serve.
to
I
appeal
called
the
it
serve.
good.
I thought it was close, Dave.
Both
I can see
agree.
a split, but it
Side
isn't.
out.
That's a shot that
4
Sean
serving
makes
6.
about 95% of the time.
That ball just ate up Killy.
And Dave, whatever hand problem Sean seemed to have early in this game is apparently gone now because he's hitting the ball extremely well.
Whatever it was, popped back in. Oh, wow.
Side out.
The good hand misses that somewhat easy shot.
4 serving 6.
I say somewhat because you don't know until you're in there against these guys how fast that ball is.
Point.
And there's a free gift. 5-6.
5 serving 6.
Killian won the first one 15-13. And that's the one that his hand hurts on. Sean
6
wincing
serving
in pain
6.
there.
Seen some unforced errors on the returns of serve here.
Wow. Now that's a great
Point.
shot.
It is, yeah.
30-second timeout. Score 7 serving 6.
And it's very hard to go down the middle there and keep that ball off the left side wall.
Look at this replay. It's just right down the barrel of the gun. Beautiful, about 2-3 inches high off the front wall. You knew what he had to do.
Right.
And if he lifted that ball up a little bit, I think this is where you're going with it. If he would just lift that up just a little bit, Sean's going to step in and block Killian back in the backcourt and then have a left hand on what would be probably a setup.
The easier shot is to go down the right there, but down the right, it's not going to run down the wall. It's going to come back to the center, or the corner, it's just not going to stay down from that angle.
So he has one perfect shot to hit, and he hit it.
Yeah.
Now, I would say probably anything below the 6-inch mark, and sometimes even 6 inches might be too high, but he hit it perfect.
Okay, time in.
Anything more than that, then that ball can hit that sidewall and pop up.
Yeah, it was a great shot. And it was a big shot in this match right now.
I call that threading the needle.
Yeah.
And he had to do it on that one. And he gets back in. You're right, it's kind of an intricate spot here, 7-6.
And Sean had taken a 6-4 lead. And that serve will come off the back wall.
Sean slides that down the right wall. He has a huge setup here with that bad hand. Killy jumps in, doesn't get it, and there's a side out.
Sean is just finishing off these setups, and it's not easy to do against Killian, who's so quick. And Sean is finding the bottom board, and he's really varying his kill shot locations. So Killian can't anticipate it.
Oh, and then Killian hits that crazy crack, says he's sorry. I actually believe he does mean it. Most players don't.
7 serve 6.
7-6.
Short.
Do you mean it when you hit a
Second
crack?
serve.
Depends what the score is.
Oh, okay, it changes. Sean almost did something creative
If
there.
I have a
but
big
misses
lead,
it.
then yes.
You do mean it when you have a big
8
lead?
serve 6.
Yeah, okay. Killian means it all the time.
Sean gets it.
Looks like his hand hurts there. He's winced in pain again.
Point.
After hitting that first one of the 3. And there's another point now for Killy.
Nine 6.
Oh, that skip though. Referee calls a skip. It's
10-6.
unfortunate. Now 10-6, and Killy is just running away with it here, Dave.
And that took one of those bad bounces on that front wall. You see it hit the front wall and went straight down.
Second serve.
Yeah, it's a strange molding they have around the court. It's like a caulking, right?
Yeah, that was a great second serve, and Sean Lenning
took a step back, right?
Yeah.
Took a step back from the hip, went bottom board.
That was a great shot.
6-10.
6-10, Sean Lenning's got to make some inroads here, and that's a good start. An error from Killian. Looked like he changed his mind there.
That's an avoidable, right?
7-10.
And
Wow,
Sean
they're going to
says-
give a point. He said it nicked his body, and
Yeah.
yet they gave him the point anyway.
Right.
I thought the ref was going to call another avoidable.
Side out.
Well, if it just grazes the hair on your leg, I don't think that's
it.
going to be enough of an impact for a ball that
But
missed by
still,
6 inches.
it's still part of your body.
Well, yeah, but they said the ball wasn't going to make it anyway.
Oh, okay,
was
if that's the call,
yeah,
then that's.
that was the call.
I was thinking there was an avoidable there for Sean backing in.
No.
Getting hit. I mean, that's what the ref calls.
10-7.
He tries to. He's overruled, though.
Point.
Sorry, Killian, we're not going to overrule your overruling, but
11-7.
11 serve 7 here. Now Killian is pulling away, trying to make it to the finals here. He looks fresh. Don't know if you've noticed, Dave, and I think that you're also a participant, but
Second serve.
the player is wearing the BM initials.
Yes, proud to wear them.
Right
I
out.
looked over there and I just saw Sean Lenning has it written on the bottom of his soles of his shoes. I think
Seven, serve,
Killian's
11.
also involved in this. I
Four.
say that because I heard that there was only one other player to get, and that was you. That was because you were playing at the time that this was being coordinated.
Huh?
So if they said there was one more, that means Killian must have either it on or another pair of shoes. But the BM stands for Ben Manning, who was our cameraman. You can see it on the shoes here of Sean as we look up closely. I saw it just a few seconds ago on the other side. Players have it written on his shoes, on their shoes, I should say. You, Dave, are also one that has that.
Second serve.
And they're your new Nikes.
Right.
They're the Kobe's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Point.
$340 pair of Kobe's that forever will have BM written on them. And all the
8, serve,
players in the
11.
building. Ben was our cameraman who passed away.
The season is dedicated to Ben Manning.
A nice dive there, but unfortunate for Killian. Unable to dig it out.
Nine serves 11. Side out. 11 serves 9. Point.
Now 12-9. Sean's mad at himself for not having his feet in the right position.
12 serves 9.
Killian looks pretty aggressive right now.
And Killian could have played that off the back wall. He tried
Right
to
out.
hit it into the back wall.
Bad bounce on the what? On the front wall? Let me see if we're I don't think we're playing those bad bounces. Huh? I don't think that's appealable. Yeah. Yeah, because it hits it pretty often. All right. 9 serves 12.
Talk about that crack, that kind of medial crack that you see in the front wall, right above Rec Atlanta.
Towel? ¿Sí? No. ¿Quién te dijo? Pero siempre pasa. Creo que la van a jugar. Ow. 12 serves 9.
Dave, they served food here tonight. How did it go?
Excellent.
12-9. The score here. You know, Sean's just a couple points away from it getting tense in here again. And it seems like Killian has like a 10-point lead, but he doesn't. Time is running out.
Well,
Time
Killian
out.
just seems
Scores
to
13,
be able
serves
to
9.
score
1 minute.
those points. When the game gets close, he has the ability to get those 3 or 4 points to always keep himself separated,
Right.
keep you behind him. And even when he gets behind, he seems to be able to erase deficits so quickly.
I just don't see Killian ever changing what he's doing in there. He just has this game plan that he stays with, and it's so almost like a formula that eventually you're going to get tired, and I'm going to continue to keep doing this. And then at that one point where it's like the switch flips, it's like, well, he's just in better conditioning. He has better shots. He has better everything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you might even have all those things, but he somehow finds a way to just wear you down so he advances.
Well, he's also got, you know, the X factor, which is that he's winning everything.
Oh, I thought the X factor was he's just absolutely a gorgeous-looking human. I mean, he's a very handsome man. That's an X factor. We're back into it here. I didn't hear that score from the ref,
I
but
believe it's 13-9.
Sean with an overhand punch fist. There's a hinder called. And boy, when you can't hear the referee, you cannot hear the referee. I mean, as big as this is and open as it is, you'd think that you would hear something.
13 serving 9.
There it is.
Killian with the first strike
Point.
kill, a great first serve, almost an ace, but gets the big setup.
Now it's match point serving 9.
Here it is. 14-9 match point. Should be a big setup. Boy, that ball ate up Killian.
Oh, and that catches a crack
Tied out.
right in front of Killian. That looked like it was going to be a big setup.
I don't know how Sean
9
does that.
serves,
That little
14.
left-handed punch fist like that.
Short. Second serve.
And Sean got fooled there. I think he lost the ball for a second. Yep. That's the right shot there.
Well, for him it is. He could do that. But he definitely did not telegraph where he
10
was
serve,
going.
14.
Well, that's why it's the right shot.
Oh, there's
Thank
another
you.
one, 11-14. And if he gets that thing going, it's not over.
11 serves 14.
The ball's going to wrap around. And he went for that kill and didn't get it.
14 match point serves 11. Side out.
And Sean has survived 2 now match points. And
11
that was a
serve,
great
14.
look for Killian to end this match.
Killian just wanted more TV time.
Side out.
Well, this is his 3rd attempt at winning the match.
Match point serves 11.
Good ceiling shot there from Sean.
This should be it.
Nope. And that would have been the match-ending right corner kill, but
What?
Sean plays goalie there
What?
again.
You see
Oh my
Sean
God,
kind
I was
of
close
trash
to-
talking the ref there a little bit, saying that should be an avoidable hinder.
Match point serves 11.
Almost like provoking him in a way.
Right.
I kind of
And that's
agree
it.
with
That's
Sean
match.
in a way, and it doesn't
Game
matter anyway. It's a match-ending, I guess, unforced error or ace from Killian Carroll. And that round of applause is Killian Carroll is now going to make it to the finals. Sean Lenning has a little smile on his face here. He knows that he was beaten by a player that was just slightly better than him.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean played crisp,
Right.
but it wasn't good enough to take down the Flash.
Well, I think Sean feels good about his performance in this tournament. You know, best he's played in a race event since probably the U.S. Open
I mean,
last
if
year.
you know, one of the last couple times that they've played in Houston, Sean was playing with just one hand.
Right.
You know, so he comes out of that thrashing he received from Killian Carroll in that match,
Yeah.
and comes here and had 2 strong games, 15-13, 15-11. Not too far away there. And I'm sure Sean feels pretty good about that. Nobody feels good about a loss, but Sean has to feel good about the outcome. We are going to say goodnight, and then we'll be back tomorrow. Not really looking at the brackets right now, but I'm going to go ahead and
I believe
assume that
it's-
we'll be here at about 9 or 10 in the morning with another
I
live
believe
broadcast.
it's 10 with the 9th place final.
Okay.
And the 5th place final at 10:45.
That's Eastern time.
And then the men's final at
11:30.
11:30.
Okay. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So I'll see you then.
Great.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in to this live broadcast of the Race for 8, season number 7, stop number 1 in Atlanta, Georgia. For Linda Manning, the memory of her son, Ben, as this tour is named after him. And then we'll also say, good job, Chris. I mean, come on, you did a good job. Dave, thank you as well, and those that helped out with the live broadcast. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back tomorrow, Sunday, with the finals here at race48.com.